in Sharon's demise. He began at 500. The total now has risen to 1,700, in addition to which he is conjoining with the villagers under the direction of Marie Fiorillo to produce a play, a two-act play, which was written by Mr. Nick Polino, a long-revered actor and producer associated with the villagers. And it is, Marie, if you could hold up this book. This is a two-act play entitled Remembering Sharon. So Frank, tell us what's going on. Tell us about your journey, why you got involved in this, where it stands right now, and then we can chat about what the play is all about and introduce Marie's role in all of this. Frank.
So I was in a local Franklin Township course for adults, like Academy, and the story came up about the only unsolved murder in Franklin Township 40 years ago, Sharon Thor. And it wasn't just a murder, it was a 15-year-old girl that was raped and then murdered. So, as horrific as that is, we were talking in the class, and I came up with just a $500 reward at that time. That started a conversation where the local business, Michelos Tree Service, said, look, I want to get involved. So we both came up with $750, and then two customers came in with $100 each, and we're up to $1,700 now. Because of the Franklin Reporter reporting this story, there has been a lot of interest, phone calls, people coming in, and Marie was one of them that called me. I was so excited to hear, and she's going to share with you in a minute about the theater play that we're going to have. So I want you to imagine, or myself, when I go to a movie and I watch a movie based on a true story, how powerful it is at the end. This is so powerful for the fact that it is a true story. It happened 3 miles away from here, and we are trying to get closure for the Thor family. This has been something many times I've talked to the family where they had their hopes up and were let down. So there is some new development. I'm going to share that at the play, and I'm going to just say that you should come. The Villagers is fantastic, except for me. The actors are all professional. You're probably going to hear that I'm in it because we didn't have anybody to play interesting. The brother, Frankie, so that kind of fits, and a couple other things I'm going to share at the play too that fit. So with that, I'd like to have, and what a blessing to have Marie, that phone call when she saw your video, the Franklin Reporter's video, and was like, Frank, I have something to tell you, and now she's going to tell our town.
And again, we thank you so much, Frank, for everything that you're doing. And we want to make it clear, Franklin, that yes, there is a new development, but all of the pieces are not in places yet, so that they are expecting to have everything in time for the viewing of this play. So it is very, very important for you to purchase a ticket for this. The funds will eventually be returned to parents of murdered children at the end of all of this. So Marie, tell us more about the Villagers' involvement. And we go back a very, very long time. We go back to the days of Nick Polino and so many other folks in Franklin in the Villagers. Tell us how again, Frank gave us a little bit of a smidgen of how you got involved, but tell us the rest of the story.
Of course. First, it's a pleasure to be here today. When I saw the video that you made with Frank, I knew I had to call him because I have this. It is a play called Remembering Sharon, written by Nick Polino Jr. Nick and I met in 1996, and one of the first conversations we had, he told me about this case, about Sharon Thor, because he was her neighbor and her very good friend. And they lived on the same street, and this haunted him his whole life. So he did try to reopen the case in 2003 and did some investigations, and he ran up against some roadblocks for that. Unfortunately, Nick became very ill, you know that, and he passed away. But before he passed away, he said to me, Marie, if you ever produce any one of the scripts that I wrote, I would hope that it would be Remembering Sharon. So we did have a reading of it at his memorial, which was held at Villagers after his death. But when I saw Frank's video, I knew this was a way to make my promise to Nick be fulfilled, and also to hopefully solve this murder and get the Thor family some closure. He was very close with the Thor family, and I met them several times through Nick. So I approached Villagers, and they were more than happy to partner with us. And we're going to present this wonderful play. I can't wait to do it. I'm a little bit nervous about it, but I think it'll be great. I have some really wonderful actors, and I have a newbie. His name is Frank Resta, and I'm going to formally give you your working script. And that's for the read-through that we're going to have this Saturday. I'm very excited to do this, and I'm also excited for Villagers. I hope that it creates a community bond with with Franklin Township and Villagers. They do such good things in our community, and you should all know about them. You should all be in that building. They tell me that they're already selling tickets.
Oh my God.
So be sure, and the theater we're doing it in is the Black Box. It only holds 100 people. So if you want to see this show, you really should get on there and purchase some tickets. They're going to be holding the money that is raised in a special account, and if the reward is not paid out within 5 years, then they will be, as you said, donating that money to parents of murdered children. So that's what we're doing. It's a charitable event. It's hopefully going to lead to the solving of this case, and I can't wait. So thank you very much for doing this.
This is just such an amazing effort, starting on the ground floor here, Franklin, that this was begun because of the murder of an innocent young girl. That to this day, if you can imagine your own family having an unsolved crime of that magnitude, of any magnitude, but when someone you know has been raped and subsequently murdered, a young girl with her whole life ahead of her, and yet the people responsible are still at large. That Frank Resta has taken it upon himself to get this ball rolling by offering the first reward is just laudable. Frank himself has been involved in so many charitable events in this community. He has a long history with Jerry Lewis and muscular dystrophy. I remember the rolling beds, and so this is not far from Frank Resta's heartbeat. So this is one more effort. Frank, this is just wonderful. It's wonderful. It's powerful. And with Marie's help and the Villagers' help and all of you in Franklin, you get to be a participant. Hopefully there'll be so much more information by the time this play rolls around. At the end of this play, August 26th and 27th, there will be a Q&A where the actors will come out, share their perspectives, share their information. Frank will be there, obviously, sharing his information, as will Marie and any of the other concerned players in this exercise to solve this murder. It's indeed a blessing when charity meets creativity. And that's what we have here at the Villagers Theater. It'll be August 26, August 27, and at the Villagers Theater, which is right off DeMott Lane. As you can see from the flyer, tickets are available at the Villagers Theater. Is there another way to obtain tickets?
Oh, you can go right on Villagers' website. You'll see, the first thing you'll see is a large picture of Sharon, this picture. You just click on that picture and it'll take you to the ticket site where you can purchase the tickets.
And if someone also wants to donate to increase the reward money, Frank, what is that all about?
Sure, that would be certainly nice, and especially if you came, because the money, just think of you buying a ticket and it's helping solve a rape murder for a 15-year-old girl. $25 is the ticket, and what more powerful than that? If you want to just donate more, you could stop down here, just ask for myself, like other people have, and I'd be happy to raise that number. Certainly, August 26th, 27th, 28th, the number's going to go up quite a bit. And I read the play. It's exciting. So there's more than it's an entertaining night. I guarantee you, for a good cause. Please come.
And you get to see Frank Resta star in his debut at the Villagers Theater, and I can't think of a better venue for you to make such a debut, Frankie. Thank you so much, Frank Resta, Marie Fiorello, the staff of the Villagers, and all of you, Franklin. We know you have a vested interest in this community. We know you have a vested interest in helping this family erase some of the pain. We'll see you on the 26th and the 27th. This is PJ Parker, Franklin Reporter and Advocate.